Okay, I should have figured this out. Okay, this woman I'm getting is, it's funny, and she's really, we're going back to this direct. She's very direct, and not in a bad way, but she's really funny, like, what's taking you so long? How come so-and-so? I mean, she's really funny. Let me ask her who she is. Mother's side, yes. Grandmother. Yes. Okay. She's saying, oh my gosh.
She used to give my dad a hard time.
Okay, hold on. Let me tell you. But you know, I'm not surprised because they sat out here, and I'm like, if your family comes through, oh my gosh, because from what little bit I know about you, you're full on trip. Okay. You know, I think it was her coming through in the beginning to you. Remember the lady that was, did you sense that? Remember the woman that came through and I pulled back, and then the guy, the other guy came through the military, and then we went to this one over here? I think it was her, because she was like, I'm going. You know, like she's just like, I'm like, oh my gosh, who is this woman? Like she's, let me get some detail, but I'm pretty, yeah, okay. She's talking about coconut pie? Coconut pie or pie? Coconut. Say it again?
She knew I hated coconut, and she would make it.
Okay.
She would make pie and stuff.
Okay, because she's talking about
coconut once, and I told her I hated it.
Okay, all right. So because she's talking about coconut pie. It's really weird. I'm getting this. This is really weird. She goes, all of us are this way. She goes, most all the women in their family are this way. So you're this way, she's this way, your mom's this way. I get she's got a sister like this. You're all like. Got this odd sense of humor. Do you know, you got that, you know, I've met you once or twice. I see you on Facebook, but I met her once. I mean, you do have a very different sense of humor, and I'm getting, it's kind of a goofy sense of humor, no offense, but I like goofy sense of humor. I like SpongeBob, I like all these things. I like Austin Powers, but she's very funny. I don't want to say this. Why are you making me say this? Okay, she wants to talk about Depends.
Yeah. She hated them.
She said...
She told my mother never to put them on her again.
She said that she had to wear those damn things, and it's like she had a big butt, a big old butt back here, and she's talking about these things, and she's like, these damn plastic things, you know, she's talking these... She's really funny, and she actually, when I see her putting this thing on, she's like, I don't know, I think she must have done it with your mom, but she puts the Depends on, and she's complaining the whole time, and then she's like, I'm sexy, and she's dancing in these Depends. The sense of humor makes sense? Okay. And she's going, yeah, these Depends, yeah, okay, all right. She thinks that's funny. That rings true to me. Okay, so let me ask her some more. Let me ask her what the message is and what she's here. Your family? All of you are family?
No, she's a friend.
She said family's here. Okay, let me ask her. Because I asked her a message for you. She goes, family's here. So apparently this is not just for you.
She took care of her whole family too.
Okay, let me ask her some stuff because she's very talkative, so we'll probably get some good stuff. Okay, so let me ask her some things. Why is she showing me? She's talking about the tennis shoes and about she got some really snazzy new tennis shoes because I felt like her balance was off and that these shoes held her feet in there. And she's laughing about putting on these tennis shoes, and I think they were like crazy colors or something. You know how they make them in the different colors now, but she's talking about wearing these tennis shoes to stabilize her. Are you familiar with this?
She didn't like the tennis shoes. My mother got her tennis shoes because the shoes that she wore, we called them old lady shoes, and she had trouble walking.
Okay, right. This is to correct her, but she said they were crazy colors, and she said she looked like a damn fool. That's what she said. Because she, oh my God. She said, oh my gosh, this woman, do I say that? Okay, she said that she either looks like she's going to play basketball with some teenagers or she's going to go to a hip hop bar. Okay,
You're
so
saying
this woman is
basketball.
funny because she's like making jokes out of things. Okay, everything's a joke to her. Let me ask you. Okay, let me ask her exactly. The message is for you. So let me get the message. But I'm really enjoying this lady. Really like her. She's a lot of fun. I'd like to get to know your grandmother. Oh, I've just got to go here. I mean, she's a lot of fun. Who wore the lampshade over their head?
That was Thomas.
Okay, she's talking about was it
It
a
was
family
a party.
thing?
It was a
At a
party.
family thing, and he put a lampshade over his head, and she goes, he showed his ass. Okay, all right. Okay, so I could just this could go on just with you, but let me get the message so we can move on to other people, and you can always see me afterwards. But she's coming through very strong. She wants to talk about you. She said something about you being a caregiver, and I get. Do you work in like a retirement home or something like this?
I have in the past.
Okay, you're a caregiver. Okay. She said, God bless the caregivers. She said, thank goodness we've got at least one person sane here in the family. She's being funny again.
Why
That's a
did you
joke.
care her?
No. She's being a joke. She's talking about you're very calm. You're not. And and so but she comes through with both her love. She said that she's so much like you. Your mom is so much like you. There's a sister, not like you. Is that you're the sister? Not like you. Okay, that's it. Not like you. Okay. Let's see. She's saying
I do
your
Reiki.
mom.
I do Reiki and Ray work.
Yes, but you're very calm. You're very healing. This is a comedian. She teaches comedy. See her later. She's very funny. Really, she is. So then let me see what the message here. The message is split for both of you. It's a thank you. You were there. You both loved and were there at the end to her and said that she feels your love still. She says, I love my girls. She goes, she calls you your girls, obviously the grandchildren, but she said she calls you her girls. She said, I'm so very proud of them. She thanks you for being there. That's what this is, thanking you for being there with her. She's funny. She said, so you came all this way to see me. Well, she's being funny. She's a very funny person. I want to leave something with you. I'm going to ask them to put something here. Oh no, don't do that. Okay, we already went through the depends. I said, put something in my hand as a gift to you. And she put a shot glass. Does that mean anything to you?
We used to watch old movies together, and when we watched old movies, she used to tell me to go to her closet, and she had all these different, like, Boone's Farm wine and stuff, and she'd go put it in a little glass for me. I just need a little nip. I need a little nip to get by.
So she really did like her shots. Oh my goodness. I knew there'd be some characters here tonight. Well, she's here. She hasn't left you. She loves you. She adores you. You're so much a part of her still. She hasn't left. So just know that, okay?
My daughter's named after her.
Well, I see the whole family is so, they're so much like her. You're like, you know that. And she's still here. She knows that too. So she's going to be with you. She's not going. You'll see her. You don't even talk to her right now. You don't even have to wait till you cross over. And that's with all of us. So know that she's very strongly coming through to both of you and that she loves you. And she knew she was here. She goes, and she thinks it's funny. She's like, oh yeah, I was going to give them a message, all right. She was determined. She was the lady in the beginning. So, anyway, God bless you.
I've been to different psychic media and stuff like that. I've sat in shows where they do stuff, nothing's ever happened or anything. And it's funny is because when she said to write something on a piece of paper, if you hear words or stuff, I drew the picture of my grandmother. I said because she wouldn't want me to say her name, she wouldn't want me to remember things about her, she would want me to remember her the way that she was. And she was always smiling, she always had a blanket on her, she always had her cricket glasses on. I was surprised because the defining moment about my grandmother was when she said about touching, and that was a big part of when she passed away to me. And it was a promise I had made to her when I was 4.5, that she would never die alone. And when she said that, everything around me just like stood up on end. It's like I felt her touching me. And I haven't felt that in a long time. I feel her around me, but I don't ever feel her touch.
It was very healing for me because I wasn't there exactly when Grandma died. So to know that she loved us both and that she appreciated, because I was there a lot, but I wasn't there right at the end, and I always felt really bad about that. So that was very healing for me to hear her say that she loved and appreciated both of us for being there for her.
Because we took care of her.
We took care of her the last few years of her life with my mom.
Yeah, I actually moved back into my house and gave up the apartment I was living in to take care of her, because I told her that I would be there to take care of her as she did her 13 brothers and sisters, that she would never be alone, that there'd always be somebody there to love and care for her. And that was always pretty amazing to me, because the day that she died, I didn't want to go to work. I truly believe that if you need to have that connection with somebody, if you need to feel that there are certain people in this that are put here on this earth to get you to where you need. Some people need it for comfort, some people need it for spiritual, some people need it for their healing of themselves, to know that they didn't do something wrong. And a lot of times I tell people, once I get to know them, I'll tell them, I said, you may never believe in this, but I'm going to tell you, I've seen it work. I've seen people just break down and cry because they didn't get to say goodbye to their parent. They didn't get to say goodbye to a loved one. I mean, it's something I've even encouraged my husband to do, because he never got to say goodbye to his dad. She's awesome.
Genuine, and she's very accurate, and that what she brings up is so dead on. I mean, when she brought up the Depends thing.
Oh, my grandmother hated those.
My grandmother, oh my gosh.
I remember her pulling up her dress and looking at my mother and goes, do you really want me to wear these out? Somebody's gonna see them and I'm gonna make this noise when I walk. And she goes, I already make enough noise. Why do you want me to sound like a piece of plastic?
And when we would take long trips, she would sit in the back of the car and she'd be crossing her fingers and knocking on the door handle, and then my dad would pull over and I'd have to go out on the side of the road and help her lift up her dress and take down those Depends, because she absolutely refused to use them. She would not use those darn things. She despised them.
And my father, but Dad would say, but it's not a half a tank of gas, I'm not gonna stop.
I know.
You're just gonna have to hold it in. And she'd go, Frank, stop it. I'm just gonna pee in these pants your wife put on me. And she'd look and she goes, see, what kind of daughter are you? I said, Grandma, it's okay. It's okay. You can have something to drink later. She's very intuitive, very in touch with what goes on and stuff. But she makes it real. She makes it fun. I wanted to cry, but I was so overjoyed and happy that I finally got validation that my grandmother knew that I was there and that I cared that much about her, that no matter what, and no matter how many times she taught me things that I failed, I didn't fail at the one thing I always promised her. And I thought that was really important. And I've been waiting a long time to know that.